before he's born.
Time to kick it old school, turn the clocks back, break the rules. When the pixels pop and the world was cool, we're taking it back, that's how we roll, we roll. It's time to kick it old school, where the beats are fresh, the tech was gold. From arcades, TV shows that ruled, you know we're kicking it old school. MTV playing our favorite jams, moonwalking with MJ, neon slam, Ghostbusters gear, we're ready to go. Chasing slasher scenes, fears in tow. Back to the future, hop in the DeLorean. Knight Rider cruising, man, there's no ignoring them. Battlestar Galactica, what a ride. Looney Tunes antics, pure joy inside. Blockbusters ruled, we lined up for days. Video games booted up in the pixelated maze. Movie marathons and popcorn nights, we ruled the screen, living in the lights. It's time to kick it old school, turn the clocks back, break the rules. When the pixels pop and the world was cool, we're taking it back, that's how we roll, we roll. It's time to kick it old school, where the beats are fresh, the tech was gold. From arcades to TV shows that ruled, you know we're kicking it old school. Grab your joystick, the game's about to start. A high-score world, now that's an art. We're cruising on hoverboards, living our dream. Old school forever, we're igniting the scene. It's time to kick it old school, turn the clocks back, break the rules. pixels. When the pixels pop and the world was cool, we're taking it back, that's how we roll, we roll. It's time to kick it old school, where the beats are fresh, the tech was gold. From arcades, TV shows that ruled, you know we're kicking it old school.
Today's episode is brought to you by PTZ Optics. Disability Update. New Wave Toys and their Replicate Amusements products. GG Retrobox. Get 3 to 5 games from your favorite series, consoles, and game genres delivered to your doorstep every month with GG Retrobox, the ultimate retro gaming subscription box for video game enthusiasts. Use code GRS15 at checkout to get 15% off your first box. And
Boom shakalaka! Hey everybody, it's Tim Kitzer here, the voice of some of your favorite video games like NBA Jam and NFL Blitz. And I'm here to talk to you about Old School Gamer Magazine. It's the magazine for retro gaming, and it's exploding. Kaboom! Print issues come out every other month, and if you want to go green, digital options are available. Visit oldschoolgamer.com and subscribe now. That's oldschoolgamer.com. Boom shakalaka! Kaboom!
Kaboom! Kaboom! The mic is live. The mic is live. We're live on Kicking Old School. It is Kicking Old School. It is Friday. It is Friday the 13th. And most importantly, if not scary of all, it is actually Jason Voorhees' birthday today. Yes, he was born on June 13th, 1946. So we have Kicking Old School, we have Friday the 13th, and Jason's birthday all rolled into one tonight, everyone. So let's get here to the people in the chat who are still alive before Jason comes out and, slaughters us all. Let's go back over here. It's amazing, right? My mic works. Actually, I set the mic on like an hour ago just to make sure it was good. But so we got the B-Me here saying it's FU Friday. Yes, the FU Kickstarter is coming soon. We'll talk about it, of course, tonight. Why wouldn't I talk about it? I'm always going to talk about my stuff, of course. We have the Cornicade here. We're going to kick it old school. And I will be on the Cornicade the day before the Go Live. So on the 24th, I'll be on the Cornicade show. We have Jason, our resident AI and moderator of everything on the internet, saying happy Friday 13th. We have Jeff Yakisak here as well. Thank God it's FU Friday 13th. Jeff does a lot for me. He actually sends me a lot of stuff. I don't always get back to him, and I apologize. I have so many things going on. But Jeff, I really do appreciate you and all that you've done for us, for the team. Goofyfoot is here as well, and he's saying happy birthday to Jason Voorhees. Where is it over here? I thought I had it over here. So many screens up over here. Where is it? Here we go. Bang. So it is Jason Voorhees' birthday. It's been 11 years since it was on a Friday the last time. Next time won't be until 2031, and Jason will look exactly the same. Nothing's going to change with him. We have GLS Gaming here. Woohoo! Sir Sager's here as well. Date of birth, 6/13/1946. That's right, Sir Sager. You got it. Bang. Bring it up over here. Boom. Good old Jason. Date of birth and just never died. And won't die. We have Paul here as well. Stephen M. Kalel 64. His message was retracted. He probably just said that, my stuff is awesome. That's okay. That's all right. We have Chris Williams here as well. What's up, fellers? Hobby Hands here. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. J-Rod here. James hates everything with his hey, hey, hey. If you remember the old show, What's Happening? Hey, hey, hey. With Rerun. Matt Astros Gaming's here. Hi, all. Dan Z is here. Hello, everyone. Thumper Squid is here. Hello, wonderful gamers. Dan Z, I think I got, but not. Dan Z's here as well. Upkiss is here. Also, Jason Voorhees' birthday. We've got that. Who else we got here tonight? Oh, we have a super chat. A super chat from Jason, our resident AI. Where did it go? Boom. Here's to Glenn Voorhees, a jolly old fellow nobody can deny. See what I did there? Hope it doesn't come after me, Jason. That's all I'm caring about here. I got a Kickstarter. I got to start. I don't want to be killed before the Kickstarter. Who else we got here tonight? Hollywood Polo is here. Eric Thorpe is here tonight. What do we got? T-Bone Ajax is here as well. Mitchell B is here. Welcome. Ben Barrow is here as well. Mobile Mutant is here. I think I'm caught up. I don't think I missed anyone. If I did, I apologize. Oh, Simon is here. I think we're caught up. Ted Adam Green, if I didn't get you. So I think we're caught up now with people in the chat. So welcome everyone to another Friday. I was watching Steps. Julie saying here. Oh, hello. 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 Awesome. And Ten McCree is here. Boom. So I was watching Steps show. She's on right before me, and I do cut off like the last 5 minutes of her show. I am so sorry, Steps. But I do step on her toes a little bit. But she was bringing up something that, she brought up a very good point. She brought up a very good point. Let me pull up let me pull this up over here if I can find it. Bang. So she was saying, out of all things in the market right now, 3 people are doing the exact same thing. They're basically the same thing. We have Arcade Done Up. They used to be known as Arcade One Up. They're definitely Arcade Done Up. They have their machines. And then we have Iconic Arcade, which is basically Arcade Done Up 2.0. It's basically the same thing, just in a larger scale. Then you have Basic Fun with their, oh, that's right, these aren't the ones they make now. These are the old ones. These are actually pretty cool. I'm not going to lie, they're pretty cool. Now they have these other ones here that are basically Arcade One Up, Done Up 1.0. So we have Arcade Done Up 1 Up. We have the Basic Fun, and I like Basic Fun's older machines, and I'm sure these will be okay, but the basic Arcade 1 Up 1.0 all over again. And then you have the Iconic Arcade, which is kind of a 1.5 or 2.0, same thing. So you have these 3 companies still doing the exact same thing in the industry. The same old. Fake coin doors, simple SBCs. The wood is eh. But then they have my stuff coming out. I'm not going to lie. I have the GRS Build-A-Cade FU coming out starting on June 25th, launching on Kickstarter. And this is something that is not the same. This is something that is new. This is something that's quality. This is something that for the price is going to be unbelievable. But it's always up to you guys and you guys alone to whether you support it or not. We have to sell at least 200 units to make the Kickstarter go live. We have 100 of the 19-inch and 100 of the 26-inch at our super early bird specials. And then we have our regular early bird prices, which are still fantastic. But again, this, unlike the other ones, I'm not a big company. I'm not a huge company. We're a small group of people that are really dedicated into making the absolute best hardware for you guys to have in the home. Really stuff that's far beyond the price point. But it's up to you guys to not only make it happen with the Kickstarter, but to get the word out there. For me, that's the biggest thing and the biggest help you guys can do. If you guys really do want to help me out, it's really just spread the word of the GRS Build-A-Cade FU. A lot of content creators doing the same. But that is more so than anything going to help this Kickstarter get off and take off and hopefully make its mark and do better. Of course, the better it does, the more stuff we could do with it in the future. And again, we have other partners involved as well that'll make other components and parts. So if you have any questions, I'll take some questions now if you guys have any questions here about the Build-A-Cade FU and the Kickstarter. Just shoot it up right now. Oop, keep bringing these other screens up here while I take a quick drink here. I'm losing my voice a little bit because I was doing some recording today for my reprised role of General Glenn Plenamento in the Heavy Metal Titans 2 Blood Rage, which will be coming out in 2026. I'm stepping on something. What is going on over here? I'm stepping on something. So Heavy Metal Titans 2 is coming out, so I'm losing my voice. I'm doing a lot of yelling, a lot of screaming in this new game that'll be coming out in 2026. I'm pretty excited about it. It's kind of like Mortal Kombat as far as we're using real digital people. Last Saturday, I was doing a lot of falls and punches and jumps and kicks around so they can, trap my video. So you'll see me, moving around, punching and doing the stuff in the game as General Glenn Plemento and Heavy Metal Titans 2. If you haven't played Heavy Metal Titans 1, it is on Steam right now for just 99 cents. It's a complete bargain, and you can try it out and try and defeat me and my dragon. You can try. So some questions here. I saw something about speakers. Where did it go? Oh, right here. Here's one right here. Basic Fun didn't put online the WrestleFest, which is a big miss. You can't play WrestleFest online with the FU. No, but you could probably load it on the FU and play online there. What's the? You know what? I will get back to you on that. We haven't finalized that. So that's a great question. By your time your show comes, I'll have an answer for that for the warranty. Because you guys definitely should know that before you guys do the Kickstarter. I'll make sure we get that and we have it in the Kickstarter itself. But we'll talk about it on your show, Cornercade. Notify me with launch. What is this? Notify me on launch button to be notified when the Kickstarter is live. There you go. Boom. And again, if you want the absolute most insane price, you're gonna have to be one of the first 100 of the 19-inch or 26-inch. But again, even at the regular price of it, it's still you will not touch it anywhere near that price point, especially for what you get. Uh, Glenn, how about making the joysticks black and non-transparent? So we will be doing other things like that. But again, the better the Kickstarter does, the sooner we can make those things happen. But again, we also have third parties making control decks and items. So don't just rely on us. And that's the whole point of the FU. It's a community machine. It's not designed to be close end just for me. It's designed for everyone to pitch in and make cool things for it. And that's honestly probably the best part about the FU. All the different things that are on here is that it is a community machine. It's built to have people make it better. Just like when you had, consoles come out. You had Nintendo and you had Sega, and Nintendo had all the people making games for it, and Sega was kind of blocked from it. We're not going to block people from it. We want people to make things for this. We want people to add it. We're going to try and making more stuff for the arcade operating system, more control decks, enhancements will always be coming out for it. But of course, it really depends on how well it does in the Kickstarter. Of course, if it doesn't do well in the Kickstarter, it doesn't happen. It's a moot point. But maybe we can make some of those things happen for the 1/6 scale Build-A-Cade. JJ, to be clear, Glenn's Retro Show, will you build the entire amount, including shipping, when you participate in Kickstarter? So when the Kickstarter closes, so let's say it does reach its goals and we close it. At that point in time, you will be charged the amount at that point. The shipping charges, I think, will still have to be added after because it really is going to depend between the closing of the Kickstarter, which I think is going to be in August, and it won't be shipping until March. So that shipping will be tallied after the fact, but you'll all be charged. Now, if something does happen, if the tariffs get out of control, I know they're 55%, which is a lot higher than the 30% that we were anticipating. So my team, we're trying to work some things out, still make everything okay. But if it turns out we can't, the Kickstarter will just be canceled. You guys will be refunded your money. So we won't take your money if we're not going to be able to deliver anything. You know, it's going to be one of those Kickstarters. It happened to me. I actually backed a lawnmower. I really wanted this robot lawnmower. It looked pretty good. $1,000. I got taken for $1,000. Me and a lot of other people got taken for $1,000 on Kickstarter, and I don't want that to happen to anyone else. So I'm going to tell you though, if this is something that you guys will not physically get this in your hands, you will be refunded your money. How are the speakers? Great question, Tim Cree. I'm horrible pronouncing people's names. So basically, the sound system we're putting in here is almost equivalent or almost identical to what was in the Ikari. So if you guys liked the sound that was in the Ikari, we're using the same technology. Now it's also the same technology that was put in our ultimate control panel for the Ikari's. I know some people were complaining about static. We've kind of worked those kinks out, but it's very loud and it's got great speakers. So if you liked what the Ikari sound was, if you ever heard it, that's kind of what we're putting out there. I think though the Ikari was 100 watts, we were only doing 50 watts. I think 100 watts was just basically just overkill. So figure 25 watts per channel for a total of 50 watts on the FU. Similar technology to what's in the arcade as far as amplifier and so forth. Uh, JJ, if he gets the minimum required, you will be fully charged. Correct. Correct. And again, even if we do charge you, if we charge you, and then we realize that the tariffs. I know President Trump said it's staying at 55%, so we're trying to work that out. But if something else happens, we will refund the money. We're not going to take your money and not deliver something. It's just not what we're going to do. We'll make sure you get your money back if that's the case. I hope so, Chris. Man, we want to get Heavy Metal Titans 1 and Heavy Metal Titans 2 Blood Rage on this machine. So we're going to try and work something out. We can get Heavy Metal Titans an exclusive, not exclusive, that'd be stupid, but we do want to get it on the FU and even on the 1/6 scale Build-A-Cade. How cool would that be having a little 1/6 scale Build-A-Cade with Heavy Metal Titans and Heavy Metal Titans 2 Blood Rage? And Chris was actually hearing some of my voice things today. I'm going to make a couple fixes. in there, but he said I did a good job. And I think Chris will say also, I took a lot of good tumbles and falls and spills last week. He drove all the way from Indianapolis to New York to do that last week. And he left in like a hurricane, I think. And he came up and it was still downpouring rain. He had his family with him in the car. He had a treadmill and a bed in the back of this pickup truck. It was a crazy fun weekend. I had a great time. I'm gonna have more fun with the sound samples though, I think. The Chicago game guy, Pete Kirby. What's up, Glenn? Well, what's up now is Jason's birthday is today. We have to celebrate Jason with a couple of corpses tonight to celebrate Jason's birthday. In fact, after the show tonight, I'm probably going to put on Jason X. I know people are like, what? I like Jason X. I actually like Jason X, and I also like Freddy versus Jason. I love those two. They're probably one of my favorites, actually, of the whole franchise because they're so crazy goofy. But I think Jason X tonight. Hobby hands. So it will be only under 1,000 for the first 100 or so. I thought it was going to be under 1,000. Yes, you got to blame the United States government for that. The 30% tariff, we just couldn't do it. I tried to do everything I could. We're eating some of that for the first 200 people so I can at least give people that price. Now, if the tariffs ever go back down, it'll be under 1,000. It's just unfortunate. I can't. If you look at what anyone else charges for a machine of without the 19-inch rotating screen, without 26-inch screen, without the ultimate control deck, gate switchers, the real you take all those things out and you have a regular full-size arcade, they're still charging you $2,500 to $2,800 for those machines. I'm still giving it to you for 12 to 1,400. Even I kind of broke my promise a little bit. I'm also keeping my promise for first 200 people. It's unfortunate I can't keep going into my own bank account to offset these things. I just can't. We're already not making anything, and it's not to make money. It's to give you guys the best out there, and hopefully in volume and in future products, we'll eventually get big enough to where we'll start making something. But no, you're not missing anything, Hobby Hands. There's nothing I can do. The tariff has now moved to 55% from 30%. So we're having even a harder time now to keep the promises, but we're going to do our best to do that. But these are things outside my control. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. But as far as I'm going and my aspect and what I'm building for, my price is there. I can't speak to the tariffs of 30 and 55% that the government has thrown onto those things. Unfortunately, I can't take that pressure onto myself. That is what it is. If you don't feel that this is still the most amazing value, then you don't back it. I still think that regardless, even at the $200 more, so 1,214 over 999 and 1,200, it's still the most incredible offer with the most incredible hardware and the best experience you'll ever have on a machine for the price. But you're not wrong. But there's nothing I could do about the tariffs. Oh yeah, man. Hockey Town Arcade. That's right. Please hit the like button. Please share the video. Please let people know I exist. I've been doing this 12 years. I want to get a couple more subs. Selfish, I know, but that's kind of what I want to do. Kevin Clausen. Hey Glenn, I have a question. When will we have the option to get pedals for the steering wheel? So here's the thing. So when we made the steering wheel, I told my team I also wanted a gas and brake pedal. So we're still looking into that. But again, with the 55% tariff, it may be a purchase after the fact. It'll be a USB connection, but I don't want to give you crappy pedals. I don't want to have little flimsy pedals that break. These were metal pedals, but I just don't think I could do that now at this price point. So we have buttons on there you can use for gas and brake on the machine, or you can use an aftermarket. If you have an aftermarket, pedal for something else, you can use it. But for right now, it's not looking like we'll be able to include a gas brake pedal, again, because the tariff's now gone up to 55%. So I just don't think it's going to happen, at least not initially. JJ, there's no graphic package with the FU, my Friday 13th is blocking that thing there, with the silver here. No, it just comes black. So it's going to come black, and actually it looks really nice in all black. I'm not going to lie. I like it that way. But I'm not going to put any type of graphic on there or spend money on graphics, or someone's going to say I'm going to replace it anyway. So that is completely up to you. I think it looks great in black. But if you do want artwork, Joe Sable's Arcade. Who's calling me now? Well, I can't talk to you now. I'm live, so my family member can wait. You can go to Joe Sable's Arcade, Skate Pod, Arcade Graphics, print your own. We're going to offer stencils and all that for the wood and the different sizes on there, so you can make the right artwork that you want. But from the factory, it is going to come in a beautiful, beautiful black. Da, da, da. And you know what gets me more? That my family members calling me, which means not even watching my show. So I'm not going to pick up the phone. They should be watching my show. Why is my own family not watching the show? That's ridiculous. He can wait. Da, 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 da. Valid question, Randy Myers. Will the Nintendo hood muffle the audio? It might. It might a little bit. It might a little bit. But the speakers are optimal without the hood on there. So we'll be obviously testing it. But I'm sure people will come up with their own ways if they do find that it is muffled uh, to work around that. But for the aesthetics of the machine, the way I wanted it done, it may muffle a little bit. We'll know more, I guess, once we get the machine here in house. I'm expecting it at any point to come here, including the Viper Venom is going to be coming my way, hopefully in a week. Meatball Saucy, will the USB KVM switch and HDMI switch allow you to switch back and forth between PC and the Viper? On the Ikari KVM, absolutely. That's the whole point. So it could switch between the Ikari and the Viper, or you can use it for a PC, switch it between two separate devices. That's one of the key features. So the key feature is it's swappable, but it's got to be very easy to swap. And I'm literally talking, it's going to grab the front, lift up, pull it towards yourself, and unplug USB, put in USB, slide it back, and drop. That's it, and you get your new deck. Now, I'm not sure if during launch, we have some time, obviously, but we're still finalizing the Viper Venom arcade. So hopefully we'll have predefined profiles in there. So when you plug in a Ikari stick, the machine will know that and you'll have the two sticks and kind of set up. You plug in the Star Wars yoke, it'll know when you have the Star Wars yoke. You plug in the 3-inch trackball, it'll know. So we'll try and make it as easy as possible. But the fact that physical swapping will be very, very easy. Hey man, how you doing? Damien, deal with it. Damn it, deal with it. Uh, everything is good. Everything is good, other than Jason, being here on his birthday. The BME. If you order the 26-inch with all the sticks, is that overall better than getting a good deal than getting 26 first? I'm not very good at math. All the prices are up there. I will say that you might save a smidgen uh, with the 100, but again, both deals are phenomenal. I mean, when you consider you're getting all the decks, a 1/6 scale Build-A-Cade, the 26-inch, and a Nintendo hood, all those things for that price, it's insane. It's insane. Cecil, right right there, insane. Uh, Gary has never not been part of the team. Gary is part of the team, and actually, the FU is basically a blown up version of the 1/6 scale. Gary's always part of the team, always will be part of the team. He's never left. You definitely can crank it and blow your eardrums out. In fact, there's a couple of times I've turned on my arcades and had the volume up really high, and I almost blew my eardrums out. I mean, it can be painfully loud. Yeah, it's always the thing with grounding. And again, when you're developing a board that's switching between two separate devices, it's a little harder to isolate the ground, but um, we should have that. We should have that all dialed in. I like the static. Static reminds me of the old TV sets back in the day. We never had a game console you plugged in. You always had some static noise in the background. It's called ambiance, Jason. It's ambiance. Is my volume really low? Is my volume? Tell me. I think my volume's okay. My thing, I always have audio problems, and my thing showing my volume is like right there. But if you want me to turn it up a little bit, I could definitely do so. I can crank up a smidgen if you guys think that's better. You guys let me know if that's better. Da, 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 da. I don't believe so. Again, this is being done through Kickstarter. I don't believe Kickstarter does that. Kickstarter is once it closes, if it meets the goal, you're charged immediately. It's not something that I'm aware of that you can break up the price. And again, it's not my rule. This is being done through Kickstarter, so it's all Kickstarter's rules, John. All right, cranked up the volume a little bit more. Maybe put the microphone a little bit more towards my face, maybe like this, and see if that's a little bit better. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. I didn't see it in the theater. I was like, I'm not gonna watch that, but then I watched it at home, and I think I saw it on some cable channel, and it was really good. So I enjoyed it. It's ridiculous, but they're all ridiculous. So you take it for what it is. Wattage is not the only thing that determines how loud it'll be. It's how sensitive the mechanics are. A 96 dB, 1 watt at one sensitivity level. Hubby hands, you're talking well beyond me on that one. I don't know. I can just tell you it's loud. It's loud and clear. I could tell you that. And that's what I'm saying. If you look at what you get for the $1,400, look at everything you're getting with the machine, the Viper, the screen, all the different technology in there, plus the wood, the real T molding, the size. No one could touch that for 2 or 3 times the price. You just can't. So you got to take it for what it is. Now, yes, I've been promising for a long time, under 1,000. For the first 100 people, I kept that promise. And again, it would have been for everyone. It is unfortunately tariffs, and I have no control over tariffs. I tried my best though. I lost a lot of sleep. I went back and forth with a lot of different people, arguing back and forth, but there's only so much we could do. And I'd like to do something with the pedals, but again, I'm not sure if it's going to be at time of launch or definitely with the steering wheel deck at this point. Nice, and it is, and you're getting the best stuff there, and the Viper Venom is going to be pretty cool too. When you start playing the new emulators, we're working on getting, the Wii U, not the Wii U, the Wii working, PS2 working, other emulators working under there. If you just do a research on the Raspberry Pi 5 and see what it can run, and look the difference between the Pi 5 and the RK3588. The 3588 is a much more powerful chipset, both in raw processing power, RAM speed, and the graphics chip. So we just have to get emulators ported. And again, that's also part of this. As we build this ecosystem with the 1/6 scale Build-A-Cade and the full size FU and the Viper standalone, and have other projects being used with the Viper as well. In fact, Xarcade will be having a Viper add-on added to that in the future. There's some other companies using it as well. So as the Viper becomes more prominent out there, we'll get more support. We'll get more people working on it. More people making more emulators directly for the 3588 on our Viper, and that's going to help everyone. But again, you have to start somewhere. Whenever a new console comes out, I mean, look at the Switch 2. It had a pretty weak launch titles. They have a couple of games, but you all know it's going to build up and get bigger and get better. That's what we need to do here. When you have someone new entering the market, especially as a small fry like myself, you got to start somewhere. And what you got to take that stake, put it in the ground, and hope people adopt it. People use it a little bit, and it builds momentum. So that's what we're hoping to do. We're going to have our low cost, inexpensive Viper, which we have out now. Which in fact, I think I got to check with my team. They should have gotten the Viper to see if that Wi-Fi chip is working. Then we can start releasing the KVMs that people paid for, and then we'll have the high-end Viper Venom. So we will have a low power, powerful machine and a high powerful powerhouse. Now, of course, a PC will always best this, but for a single board computer, the Viper Venom is going to be the cream de la cream. It is expensive, but there are other people as well, JJ. You don't have to get it from him. There'll be other people you can hit up for artwork, or if you know someone who could do it, you can do that yourself. I've talked to the buy stuff guys, and we haven't had a lot of conversations back and forth. But I'm saying that the door's open. But as of right now, for this initial Kickstarter, it is going to be just the U.S. We're going to see how well that does, and if it does really well, we'll find ways to get it to Canada, Australia, Europe, everywhere else. But right now, we got to focus on one area for this launch and see how well it does. And if you look at even other consoles, the Nintendo Switch, or which as an example, it's the newest one, they release in Japan first, they launch there, then you launch in America, then you launch in Europe. So that's kind of what we're doing here. We're just starting in America, but a lot of consoles get launched that way. Yes, the control panels are identical. The machine is identical. That 26-inch really gives you very little bezel on the sides, but there's a small bezel there. But the machine is identical, and you can actually pull out the 19-inch and move the power cord and stuff, and drop in the 26-inch and pull out the 26-inch and drop the 19-inch back in place. We made it so you could swap if you wanted to between the two. I highly doubt anyone's going to do that, but I'd rather have the option there. We do. We've been having a lot of talks with a lot of people, James, just on that one thing. We're trying to get the best price, but also not get someone who's gonna, not handle it with care. That's another thing. It's got to get there safe. So we have a lot of partners we've been dealing with already. Again, T-Sticks and our parent company ships a lot of stuff, a lot of small items and a lot of very large items. So we have a lot of people we can talk with, but we have to get the price. And the price really is not going to matter if I told you now, because gas, fuel, airfare, shipping containers, that all changes throughout the year. We're talking about delivering in like February, March timeframe. So if I gave you a price now, it wouldn't even matter, because it's really going to have to get close to the end. I haven't said that before, and it is true, because I'm not here, unlike these other companies, I'm not here to make a profit, which my team yells at me all the time about. I'm not here to make a profit. I'm here to make the best product that people can actually get in their hands to have home and play with their family, and not buy something for $600-700 that's junk. Jason, Glenn's Retro Show, here's a question. Given the long lead time for the FU size cabinet, is it possible supports can get to the 1/6 scale version? Great question, Jason. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I can look into that. So give them a little something to tinker with until they get the full size machine. I can ask about that. That's not a bad thing, Jason. I like how you think, Jason. That's why you're the AI, artificial intelligence of the area. What do we got here? Hey, Greg's Gay Room is here, bud. How you doing, buddy? What do we got over here? I did. So the shipping I said was estimated at the time, which was like 3 months ago, about $200. I'm not saying that's what it could be at the time, but that was at that time, about 3 months ago, we looked into it for the weight of the machine, the packaging and everything was about $200. So I can't say it's going to be that, but that was at the time given in good faith. It's really necessary. It really is. The big thing for me, as you guys all know, is I think the right controller is needed for the right game. And not only that, maybe there's someone else who makes a controller that you don't want to take apart these decks, but you want some other controller in there. You can have a deck made by a third party and put in your own controls. You can make the layout exactly how you want, drop it in with an encoder, a board, and you just plug it in, map your controls, and you're good to go. You're good to go. You don't have to strictly use my decks. However, I want to show you guys what the machine's capable of. So these are my generic decks. And people saying, Glenn, can you do this? Glenn, can you do that? I could, but right now, these are the decks we are releasing. And there will be third parties that you can reach out to and say, listen, I want A, B, and C. I want this here. I want this here. I want this here. I want this here. They will make that for you. And whether you put the controls in when you get the bare wood, or they do it all for you and ship you the complete product, that's between you and them. And that's building up the ecosystem, which is what I want. I want everyone to make something, not just us. Dr. Torque, of course. Well, of course you're going to want to use a Sinden or a GRS Sinden Target Pro. Of course, I know you're going to want that. But yes, and no, one of the things I'm going to show you tonight, I'll get into it in a few minutes here. I actually have my Viper. Now, this is the standard. Let me lower the volume a little bit here. Get the volume down. So this is my regular Viper. So this is the one that it would be available now if the Wi-Fi chip wasn't broken. So hopefully that's been fixed. We have the arcade team looking at it. They should have received it, and they're testing the Wi-Fi chip. That Wi-Fi chip is good. We can get the Vipers back on sale. We can get the KVM pre-orders that people did for that third run. We get those working on. So the beautiful thing about arcade is we support a multitude of things. So if I go into here and I go under, my eyes are shot, but I really apologize for that. I think it's in the system settings. What? Wrong one. Ah! Well, no upgrade anyway. Accessory settings. So you can see right here we have bit LCD support. We have Pixelcade support. We have the LCD screens here. That's not what I wanted though. Let's go back. Where is it? There's so many different things in here. It's under. Where the hell are they? So there's so many different settings in here. It's in system settings. Go back one level, I think. Input settings. Yes. Okay. So light guns, trackballs, and spinners. We should support a multitude of different light guns, even Wii controllers. I'm trying to see where it is. There's so many things buried in here too. I have to get around to it myself. You can pair a Bluetooth controller very easy. So if you have a Bluetooth joystick, you can put it right on the machine. Is it under advanced? Keyboard profiles. I'm gonna have to check with the guys. We support a multitude of different light gun controllers. Definitely many more than just a Sinden controllers, for sure. I could have sworn I thought they were in here. Maybe they have to be connected. Some things you have to connect to the device for it to be seen and come up in the menu. They may have them hidden. But the answer is yes. There are other light guns that work outside of the Sinden Target Pros, including like even using Wii remotes. So yes, the answer is yes, yes, yes. But you can see right here, these are just some of the systems I installed in this one, and these are not installed internally. These are on an external 256 gigabyte M2 drive. So I have 3DO. You can see right here, it's showing an external. There's nothing on the internal. If I go in here, I have all these games installed here on my standard Viper for the 3DO. I can go back. We also have the Commodore Amiga 1200. We have all these games in here, hundreds of games. Amstrad, Atari 2600, or that was 800, I'm sorry, 2600, 5200, 7800, Atari ST, Commodore 64, Commodore VIC-20, Cave Story, Channel F, ColecoVision, Daphne, of course, a Dinosaur, Doom 2, Doom 3, which is really cool playing Doom 3 on here. It works really, really well. Duke Nukem with fully working multiplayer, playing somewhere over the internet. MS-DOS games, Dreamcast games. You go in here, go in the external, you have all your Dreamcast games. We have Final Burn, Nero, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Gear, Game & Watch, and Television, Atari Lynx. Of course, you have MAME, you have Sega, Mega Drive, Genesis, Master System, Mark III, 32X, Sega CD, Mr. Boom, Neo Geo, Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Magnavox Odyssey 2, Open, whatever it's called. That's OpenBot, I think it's called. PC Engine, PC Engine CD-ROM, PCFX, PlayStation Portable, PlayStation, Quake, Rick Dangerous, Sammy, Scum VM, Sega Saturn, Spectre Video, Supergraph, TOS 8, TIC 80, Vectrex, Virtual Boy, Wolfenstein 3D, x86, Timex Sinclair, and back. And these are just some of the emulators. So when people say, Glenn, I'm buying this, there's no games installed, you can put them on yourself, or, I'll show you real quick. When you accept the license agreement, you can go in here, you can go under system settings, where is it? Game settings. Boop. Game downloader. So I'm going to go into game downloader. Now, not all of these are available to download right now. A lot of them are. But you can go down here and pick, let's say, a Atari 2600. Go down to Atari 2600, and you click on that. Remember, you accepted the license agreement saying you are entitled to the games you're picking. You own the game, you have the cartridge, or whatever. So you're going to agree to that. It'll go online, and right now you can go to select the games to download, and you can pick one game. Just here's an X. There's an X. There's an X. Let's say I just wanted those. I then go down to the page here. See, I could select all if I wanted to, or select none, or I could take the ones that I just took. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to save to device. Now I can save to the internal RAM, or I can go to the external. Just to show you, I'm going to put this on the internal space because I do have an external drive here. So I'm going to press enter on that. It's going to the internal, download games. So it's only 2600 games, and that's it. So it's not hard to get games on here. So the second you build this machine, you'll have thousands upon thousands of games available. I'm going to reload the game list. Take a drink. Losing my voice again. Now, if I go to 2600, you can see there's external. It's everything on my external USB. But now on the internal, here are the 3 games or 4 games I just downloaded. It was that easy. It was that easy. So when people say there's no games available, that's untrue. The Adventures of Robbie Road is built in. There's some demos built in. And you have all these other emulators. They can simply go pick from the menu the majority of what's there, download. Now, if it's not available there, you can put them on a USB drive. You can pull them down, put them on any of the way that you want. Looks like we have a super chat here from Hobby Hands. I'm waiting for the Glintendo cereal with the toy. I should do that. We should do a Glintendo. I look like an ape. Not a very large ape, but a skinny ape. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that. I think there was another one here. I'm not sure there was. Hobby Hands again. Not yet. There actually exists an Etch-a-Sketch emulator, so maybe we'll throw that in just because you asked. Thanks for the super chat again. Is Cole here? Oh my God, he is here. Cole, I just noticed you, man. He has to notice me in this stream. I noticed you. So thank you for a family member actually joining and saying something, Cole. Appreciate it. And actually, Cole, I was on vacation this week. Took this week off. A lot of rain on Monday and Tuesday, but yesterday we went down to the Beacon waterfront, and it was just really nice having him. We were just there with my girlfriend. We were chilling out by the beach. So Jill, me, and Cole were down at the beach, not the beach, but the Beacon waterfront, and it was just nice, just hanging out. And then when I had something to eat, so it was a good day. And I did notice you, Cole, so I appreciate you joining. I got you again. Hey, see, I saw you. Thank you for joining. Good. You're welcome. All right, so I got down to the bottom right here. So I hope you saw how easy that was to download the game in it. If I want to go back, I can go and let's go back here. And I'll go back to game downloader. And I'm going to agree again. And I'm going to select something to download. And let's go. I don't know why I don't want to pick this one. I want to go to. Let's go back here. Back. There we go. And let's go back to here. And we'll go to game settings. And of course, we have this too. We have the net play lobby. So other people with Vipers or emulation station that has an emulator that has a net support, you can pick and play your friends online. This is also Cody. You can do 4K videos. Of course, the monitor's not 4K, but you can play up to 4K videos on the Viper. And the Viper, actually, Venom probably supports 8K, but we're still saying 4K. But if I go back to game settings over here, and we go back down, and you see we have Moonlight. If you want to stream your Steam, go back to game downloader right here. Pick a system. This time I'm going to pick Atari 5200, right? So I'm going to agree to that again. I'm going to select a couple games. So I'll pick Berserk and Blueprint, and we'll pick Centipede, right? So I'm going to do all that. I'm going to save to the internal once again and download the games. So now this is it. You want the games? You don't have to go online and find them. You don't have to get them out of the way. Many systems are here available. I'm going to reload that game list. It is literally this easy to get games on your GRS Viper and Viper Venom. So your 1/6 scale Build-A-Cade with the Viper, and of course your FU full-size fun unit. You could do both, and you can just get games and literally install it on the internal RAM. You can install it on a micro SD card, or in my case, I'm using it literally an M2 connected over USB. You can see it on my external USB, which is an M2 drive. I have all these games listed here, but on the internal, I have the games I just downloaded. It is that
easy. It is not difficult at all to get games on your Viper or your Viper Venom. All fun, no work. Of course, we'll always be improving it. We're always listening to the community for adding things, adding emulators, making things a little bit better. But we will be supporting a lot of things right out of the box. Make sure I don't see any questions here. I'm telling you, this machine. Here's the thing. Here's the real thing, that the FU and the 1/6 scale Build-A-Cade in itself is nothing special. A lot of people make arcade machines. A lot of people make 1/6 scale machines. What makes it special is getting the best of all these little things working together, which is something I tried to get all these companies to do, and most of them didn't listen. A couple did, but the majority of ones like Arcade Done Up sure as hell didn't. You want to have the best controls. You want to have the best SBC. You want to have the best operating system for the SBC. You want to build up that ecosystem. You want to have the right controllers. You want to have the best controllers. You want all these things to work together. And then outside of that, you can't just have your own house and not go outside. You got to have people who make the best artwork, who know how to make music files and sound files, or the Al Link for making the display that changes. These are things that one company can never do the best. So you go out and find the best to work with you when you're building this. So the FU for you family unit, or is FU for its one up, is a combination of all of that. So I know you guys have already used my controllers. I know people who use my controllers, people who use Viper, and people who use Arcade. Now, Arcade is available on other things. You can actually do it on the At Games Legends Ultimate, because they do have a build for that. I did a video on that. The Arcade operating system is just such a great operating system. It's easy to use. They add features built in. I mean, I was kind of hunting for it because I'm testing so many different builds. Things get moved around, but you're going to have trackballs. You're going to have spinners. You're going to have joysticks. You're going to have gate switches for those joysticks. You're going to have light guns. You're going to have steering wheels. You're going to have rotating joysticks. You're going to have rotating screens. You're going to have a 26-inch screen. You're going to have light up marquees. You're going to have a coin door that works, a real coin door. You're going to have a Viper Venom, an incredibly powerful SBC, all for the first 200 people, either $1,000 or under 1,000 and 1,200, or 1,400, 1,200 and 1,400. Still phenomenal prices for all the things you're getting there. I never had an arcade with good controls, and that's it. That's what gets me when people release these machines and controls are shit. That's how you play in the game. And if your controls no good, what good is the machine? Now, on a price point, I can get it. Like the basic fun, those little handhelds, the controls were not great, but they're these tiny little machines for like 20 bucks. Totally worth it. It's totally fine. But if you're spending $600-700, think about that. If you're going to spend $600 or $700 for a machine that plays 1 to 3 games, and it's not the best quality with the wood, you spend a couple $100 more, and you get multiple levels of better in every aspect of it. Every aspect of it. Whoa! Green Sammy 87, a $20 super chat. What's this? I'd buy that for $1. We sure didn't buy that for $1 with a super chat, man. You bought that with a bunch of dollars. You're getting yourself some Star Trek fun.
Fire!
One of these days, I'll put that on the right level where things aren't on top of it. But in space, Jason's out there. Jason X, he was out there causing blood, killing people. It's just what he does. I really appreciate the $19 super chat, my friend. Save the money for the FU. You don't have to. I appreciate when you guys do super chats, but I'd rather you spend it on your kids, buy a nice card or flowers for your wife or something like that. Spend the money over there. Family and friends are important, very important. Renzo's Retro Games, and hey, Renzo! Jason's still doing his thing. Yes, he is. Yes, and I will be too in Heavy Metal Titans 2. Oh my God, I can't talk. My margarita, I think. Heavy Metal Titans 2 Blood Rage. I'm going to be doing the same thing Jason's doing, but better. boom, boom, like a boom. But I'm glad you joined, Renzo. Really did. So he's already working on the soundtrack. You should check out his YouTube channel. Doing some great stuff in there. Oh, he's got no kids. He got lots of money. Well, it's true. You have no kids, you're going to have a lot of money. Kids are expensive. They are. I'm telling you, I want people to know that the Heavy Metal Titans 2 Blood Rage is going to be next level gaming. It really is. They're putting a lot of extra time, effort into the play mechanics, into everything. I don't want to give anything away, but we have a script. We went through the script, and it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. I'm excited for it. We got to wait till 2026 though, so we got some time. The Atari 400 emulation deck would come with terrible squishy keys. Um, yeah, it probably would. And you know what? We have a keyboard, but we have a keyboard drawer, so you could put an actual keyboard in there and use it. You can do that. And we tried to think of everything, but again, we can't possibly think of everything. We believe we did. We think that we really took from the build of the machine to every block, every screw, every bolt. We put a lot of time into this machine. This is not just a cookie cutter, put a couple things out there, put it in a box, and send it out and ship it to you guys. This, we spent a lot of time really trying to make sure that this thing is being done right. So when you get this and you put it together, you're going to feel like you ripped me off because you can't believe I sold it to you for what you got it for. That's what I want. And that's the same thing from the arcade team. And hopefully we can have Metal Titans on there and Heavy Metal Titans 2 Blood Rage when it comes out in 2026. I'd love to see one of these machines skinned in that artwork. That'd be phenomenal. Yeah, so, but it's not coming out to 2027. I'm not sure if Mel Brooks is going to live to. He's like in his 90s. Will Mel Brooks live to do Yogurt until 2027? I don't know. Now, I did enjoy the first Spaceballs. I'm not like a nut. A couple of my family members are nuts about it. It's fun. Um, and I like Mel Brooks. I really do like Mel Brooks. So we'll have to wait and see what he does here. Hopefully, just trashes the. Well, there is no sequel trilogy, so maybe just do the prequels. Hopefully, it's the prequels. Make some fun of those. That's okay. I want to put some heat on the programmer. And listen, if you need to talk to the guys in the arcade team to make sure you can port it to the 3588, let me know, man. I'll get you in contact with those guys and let's make it happen. He's not. Holy shit! Stock Jock Mel Brooks is 98. 98. Wow. So I don't know if he's gonna make it till 2027. I will say though, you never know. 98. That's a damn good run, man. 98. God bless him. And anyone younger, you got to watch Mel Brooks films. They're hysterical. I think someone like Blazing Saddles might be more of a harder pill to swallow these days, but the bean scene alone is worth just watching for me. I can watch that and laugh like till I almost poop my pants. Da, da, da. At least make the person that played Lord Helmet. Yes, they will be back. They actually don't look too bad. The princess, though, ooh, she's looking a little bit old. She is, and of course, C3PO and it's a woman now. I forgot what they called her. That was I can't even think of her name right now, but she passed away, and of course, John Candy passed away. So those two characters had to be recast. Spaceballs 3, the search for Spaceballs 2, the search for more money. More money. More money, more money, more money. Hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. Joan Rivers, thank you. I couldn't think of it. Joan Rivers. Yeah, Joan Rivers passed away, and obviously John Candy passed away. Unfortunately, two very funny people. So they had to recast them. So I'll have to wait and see how that goes. Sometimes it's really hard when you recast because you're so focused on who the original character was. But thanks, Chris. Appreciate it, buddy. Oh, I hope you're joking. Yes, he passed quite a number of years ago. And John Candy was such a good guy. He used to go anonymously donate like 10, 20, $30,000 to like children's causes. I don't know how they found out eventually who it was, but he was a very good, very caring person. A good guy, a good guy. Unfortunately, it is not. It is someone completely different. It's definitely not the daughter. All right. I will get you in touch with them, my friend. I think it'll be awesome. At least to get the original. If we get the original one in there first, to do that, it'd be pretty cool on a little Build-A-Cade. And we'll get you a Build-A-Cade to put it on. She had a nice can. She had a nice can, and it was gold. Hey, my friend, how you doing? Yes, 50, and we have it on the Viper, man. I play my 5200 all the time. So you want to make sure you guys tune in to the Atari 5200 podcast. If you want to put a link down there, bud, get people to sign up and join. I think I pretty much covered everything I wanted to talk to tonight. Like I said, I'm going to watch some Jason. Happy birthday to Jason Voorhees. Um, Thanks to my son for joining in on the show. We had a good day down at the Beacon Waterfront with Jill, Cole, and myself. It was a good day. Um, that's it. I'm getting anxious and excited for the launch of this as well. I mean, Jason is trying to slash the prices. Keep slashing the prices, Jason. Slash them. I'm nervously excited. Now, when we did our first Kickstarter for the GRS Star Wars Flight Yoke, I was panicking on that one too, and we almost tripled what we needed to launch it. And obviously, people who have my yoke know what the quality of that is, and the rewards we did in that one was just as insane. At that time, if you backed it on the ultimate level, you got everything. Everything we made up to that point. You got our spinners, our track balls, our flight yoke, everything. The Tron stick. You got everything we made in that one. And we're doing a similar thing, obviously on a much larger scale here with the FU. So again, all I can really ask for anyone is just to talk to your friends, spread the word, get other content creators to at least talk about it, about the launch, to check it out. That's what we need. That is what's going to make this thing happen, and hopefully happen well enough to where we can really build this ecosystem. I have plans and ideas outside of the 1/6 scale Build-A-Cade and outside the full scale FU. I want to build a complete ecosystem with the Vipers, arcade, and our controls. And to do that, this is that next step to prove to my team that betting on me is betting on something good. Betting on the ideas and stuff that I've given them to this point has been good. Now, they're not happy about me with the pricing. I get that. I fight a lot with them over pricing. But I really feel it's important to get these prices down as low as we can so people can enjoy them. And we'll make it up some other way. But I think you guys can see that the pricing here is a little bit insane. All right, so no, I'm not going to forget about the racing fans. Not going to forget about racing fans. Not going to forget. So I'm just at the top of the hour here. I want to thank my fellow people at Heavy Metal Titans for being here tonight. Renzo and Chris, two really great guys. I had a lot of fun last week, and I'm not sore. I wasn't sore for all the things we did. All the things we did, I wasn't sore at all from that. I got sore actually from doing some tree trimming on Tuesday, but not from last Saturday. But I want to thank you all you guys for tuning in. And remember, this Sunday is Father's Day. Now, my father passed back in 2015. So it's been quite a, no, 18, 2018. No, 15. Time flies. In any case, my father passed away. He was a very good provider. He was a very good father. So just remember to take a moment to wish your father or someone's father a happy Father's Day. Um, when they're here, they're here. When they're gone, they won't know it anymore. So make sure to let them know that you love them. So this Sunday's Father's Day. Wish all the fathers out there and the mothers who have to be fathers, because sometimes, mothers have to take on both roles. I know I had to take on both roles. My wife passed away. So to everyone out there, happy Father's Day. And again, remember to tell family and friends that you love them. Tomorrow's never promised. It isn't. Jason is proof of that. You could be here today and Jason can slash you and be gone tomorrow. Please let someone you know, whether it be your kids, your parents, people you're dating, people, whoever, let them know you love them. Tomorrow's never promised. But in between those times, don't forget 9 p.m. on June 25th to grab your very own GRS Build-A-Cade F you, mother effers. But in between those times, everyone, enjoy, game on, peace. I love you all. Have a good night.
Lumen cartridges, hit reset. 8-bit dreams, can't lose that bet. Floppy disks and arcade lights. Pac-Man, Frogger, we're playing all night. Sixes in the background, neon in the air. 80s vibes, man, we didn't care. VHS tapes, staying up too late. Saturday cartoons, can't wait to escape. Dial-ups humming, we're hacking the code. Back when everything was in upload mode. Atari, Commodore, pixels on screen. Living in the future was more than a dream. It's time to kick it old school, turn the clocks back, break the rules. When the pixels pop and the world was cool, we're taking it back, that's how we roll and roll. It's time to kick it old school, where the beats are fresh, the tech was gold. From arcades to TV shows that ruled. You know we're kicking it old school. MTV playing our favorite jams. Moonwalking with MJ, Neon Slam. Ghostbusters gear, we're ready to go. Chasing slasher scenes, fears in tow. Back to the future, hop in the DeLorean. Knight Rider cruising, man, there's no ignoring them. Battlestar Galactica, what a ride. Looney Tunes, antics, pure joy inside. Blockbusters ruled, we lined up for days. Video games booted up in the pixelated maze. Movie marathons and popcorn nights, we ruled the screen, living in the lights. It's time to kick it old school, turn the clocks back, break the rules. When the pixels pop and the world was cool, we're taking it back, that's how we roll, we roll. It's time to kick it old school, where the beats are fresh, the tech was gold. From arcades to TV shows that ruled, you know we're kicking it old school. Grab your joystick, the game's about to start. A high-score world, now that's an art. We're cruising on hoverboards, living our dream. Old school forever, we're igniting the scene. It's time to kick it old school, turn the clocks back, break the rules. When the pixels pop and the world was cool, we're taking it back, that's how we roll, we roll. It's time to kick it old school, where the beats are fresh, the tech was gold. From arcades to TV shows that ruled, you know we're kicking it old school.